We are back on the mountain.
And let me guess, it's another day and it's snowing again.
It's another day and we're on the mountain. Let's build something. All right?
This is like Men in Black up here. Everybody's dressed in black.
Jono is the man. He's got this whole place organized. When we left yesterday, all this was everywhere. It looked like a bomb went off in here and there was just wood shrapnel everywhere. So this is cool. Jono's also got a kindling pile. This is for us to take home and just burn in our fire pits so we don't throw it in the dump. We got a blocking pile, stuff that's long enough and useful for blocking, stuff that we can't burn or block with, and the rest is in the dump trailer out there. So I like to keep things organized when we can. It does make a difference for us and the environment. Here's the entry porch that we framed yesterday, and we're gonna get going with our Trex decking today. First, we're gonna do some blocking here and on the other side for our little border pieces, rim boards, whatever you wanna call them.
There's one thing I didn't mention the other day. I'm letting these just run long and square, and then when I run this piece in, it'll come in somewhere short of the end of this, and then I will miter both of those in place so that I get a really nice cut and fit, and that's really the best way I found to do it. Just in case this is in or out just a little more than I expect, I got a little extra length right there.
We're gonna do something different on the back deck. This first row, this is our chalk line for our first row. I tacked like a face screw every 4 feet or something, very few. But this time, I'm actually just gonna put the clips to the chalk line like that. And then we'll bump that first row in and put the clips on the other side. I think that'll look cleaner. Learn every time.
Yep.
Check this out. Yeah, that's nice and straight. So we'll start banging them in.
All right, let's get on with it. I'm freezing my nubs off out here. Woo! Anyway, look, we got flashing here for the doorway. This is a really important piece right here. We have our vinyl flashing. That's the ledger flashing. Now, this piece keeps water from going under the door, hopefully. Next, I bent these edges up, and I'll have this piece that goes over and overlaps and goes up about 6 inches up the wall.
And that's called a door pan flashing.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it.
Yep.
This is one way to do it.
This is one way to do it. And really what'll keep the water from going in is a huge bead of silicone caulk under the door. This just keeps the subfloor in that area from getting wet ever. Right there. That's a prone area. Well, and this is a covered porch, so not as prone.
All right, yeah, probably more important than having this flashing right here is the fact that we have a giant roof centered over this door.
Yeah.
You know, with any luck, this flashing shouldn't ever actually see any water to start with, right?
We really try to put a roof over almost every exterior door. For that reason, it helps protect the door and the subfloor and everything about it.
There it is. Here we go.
Is that the sun?
I think so. I haven't seen it in a few days, so I forgot what it looks like.
For real. That's gonna feel nice. A little bit more about this Trex Transcend decking. It's what they call encapsulated. And that means that the top is totally coated with a layer of plastic. And I don't know if I want to call it plastic, but it's not the same as the inside of the material, which is a mix of plastic and wood material. And the original decking that was composite was this material all the way on the surface, which was more maintenance. Now that they've done this type that has this solid encapsulated wrapped all the way around, it's a lot less maintenance, stays looking exactly like it did when it was brand new for a very, 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 very long time, which is great. So this is our last full row, and we're leaving the clips a little loose on this one so we can like fish this board in like that. and be able to get it in. Then we'll broop, hit that tight.
Okay, how'd that go?
Broop,
No. Boom.
broop, boom.
So we got the main body of the deck done. That was super fast, actually. And just to be perfectly frank, I had some reservation using these hidden clips. I've actually never used them. I don't know why, just haven't. But I think it was actually faster overall. What do you think?
Who's Frank? Yeah, they're good.
It was faster,
Yeah.
and it does look better to see no fasteners.
No
Oh my
screws.
gosh. Let's talk about this doorway opening right now. 6 feet wide, there's going to be a double door here. I don't know if it's a French or whether it's a sliding door. At any rate, it doesn't matter. We have a hump in the floor right here. Check this out. See that? Now, it's not a very large hump, but it's exaggerated by the length of the level here. But that little hump right there could be a major problem if I flash over it and then try to put the door on it. So it would be really hard to fix it later. This takes a quick second here with some kind of tool. I'm going to use my old hand plane. I made sure to set the screw heads down below the surface, and I'm simply going to plane off the high spot. All right? Yeah! I know I made that sound really hard to do, but it's not. So, look at that. Gone. Now I can put my flashing in, no problem. We have our blackout strip of aluminum flashing tacked to the side of the house. We have our door flashing pan installed right here. And the next step for me to do is to rip a piece of decking that will fit right here between the two, between the decking here and the wall. Now, I need to leave the same gap that we have here, and then it can be touching the flashing there. Something of note though, this vinyl flashing here, the ledger flashing we call it, it actually is sometimes thick enough that you have to shave a little bit off the bottom of your piece of decking that goes over top of it so that it doesn't kind of tilt up or kick up on that very edge and look funny.
Y'all notice why that side of the mountain has so much more snow on it?
Yeah, bub, that's the north face.
North face. Why have I know that?
Like the clothes, the north face.
Oh.
That's why they call it the north face. Because
Man,
it's super cold.
That's a great name for a clothing store. Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, bub. Then they sell it for $400 a jacket.
we called it the beach down where I'm from. So.
We're almost done with the decking tomorrow. Gonna jump up there, do the aluminum soffit and fascia. It's gonna be super fun.
For all the viewers from the, I don't know where it is, it's aluminium. It's the same thing.
That's right,
It's
from
the same thing.
Ireland. Aluminium. And probably New Zealand.
What did you say?
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Yeah.
That's England too, bub.
In England. Okay. Aluminium soffit.
Aluminium.
Gotta go over the roof. Put it in the little square window.
Oh.
Bingo! Oh.
Let's get back to work, guys.
I hope that was worth it.
We're also doing some of these truss screws from the outside through the girder so that when we close the soffit in later, we don't have to do it from the inside and be visible from the inside. So we'll get that done on these porch girders where we want to hide these things.
Hey boss, can I borrow your pencil?
Oh yeah, here you go.
We're doing this last piece here on the front. Already done this band piece on the outside here. And I let them both run long and square. Now I'm gonna use an oscillating tool like that to miter both of these to fit perfect. And that way it doesn't matter if it's not exactly 45 degrees or anything like that. It's just gonna cut through both and they're both gonna fit together. That's what matters.
While the other guys are finishing up the edges of the decking, Jason and I are going to start installing some parts of the soffit. Now we're going to put in some blocking and some strips against the wall that's going to help us align and nail our J-channel up easily. So let's get started on that.
I just got my level underneath the fascia there and just leveling over to this band board. I'll make a mark here. We'll snap a line and
Snap that.
snap that.
Let's have a little bit of a look at our blocking for the soffit and the bird box here. So, you know, you might think, well, that was a lot of time to do this. Why don't you just snap a line and put the J-channel to the wall? I found that this is maybe, I don't know if it's less work, but it's less hassle. And it assures that I get it nice and straight with no trouble. So that's what we got going on right here.
Which one of you knuckleheads nailed me with that snowball?
You saw us throw.
I know it wasn't Jason.
Yeah,
You
it
couldn't hit the
wasn't
broadside
me.
of a barn.
Let me guess who it was.
Well, you're lucky it hit me in the leg. I was blocking crew running there.
Well, it was going good until I forgot to put this one in before we put this block here. So I gotta cut this out so I can get that all the way in.
Oh, the truss screw?
Yeah.
It's not important.
I mean, we'll just
That's what I
tell
told
him that it was
Jones,
there.
but he's
Yeah.
crazy and said
I
we
don't
had to do it. I don't know.
A little drippy up there though, huh?
You think?
Yeah, drippy long stockings. Here's a look at these truss screws. They are 6 inches long, threaded the whole way, and they're made by Swammy,
Samsonite? No.
Oh, maybe it's on the box.
Let's check. Simpson.
Oh, we were way off. I got my first double notcher. 1 notch, 2 notch. Chances of this fitting first shot are, I don't know, not great. So I'm not gonna video it. Let's just turn the camera off and put it in.
Notch number 1 was perfect. Notch number 2, it was off about an 1/8. So we got a couple extra boards, enough to redo it, so I'm gonna redo it. I finally made it to the outside row of the decking, and what I need to do really is hold the piece of decking out in front of the posts and mark it so I can notch out where the posts are. That's kind of hard to do without something to lay it on. So what I'm gonna do is just toe screw some temporary blocks that will extend out past the framing of the deck that I can set the decking on while I mark it, and then I'll just sort of move them down the way as I go.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I'd love to, man. I'd love to. I think Eric's sound was a little more annoying.
Yeah, anything coming out of his mouth is usually annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
Use those, what do you think?
Whose battery is this?
Can you grab my stuff, Jay?
Yeah, I got it.
That's a wrap for today. We got all of our decking down, and a huge shout out to Trex Decking for partnering with us on the farmhouse. We also got all of our blocking done and our bird boxes in for the soffit and fascia that's going to start going in tomorrow. We're going to do that metalwork ourselves. We've done that for a long time. So that should be a lot of fun for the next episode. Thanks for building with us today. We'll see you next time. You know how you know if you're a real athlete?
Yeah.
Throw left-handed and right-handed. See what you got.
I just threw mine like I hit the house at least. Let me see this one. Come on, let's see what you got.
I don't even know how to step, man.
How'd you hit the house?
Beautiful.
Let's see what you got, Ray. Ray got a hard
John,
Oh, look gorgeous too. What do you got, Lefty?
Oh, I got lefty. He just ain't got no righty.
Are you left-handed though?
No, I'm not
No.
left-handed.
Okay.
That's pretty good. They had power on it though.
You almost fell down.